Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, your She Should Scrapper. So today I am back with my October layout share. Lots and lots of layouts. Most of them are going to be fall because I stuck with the fall theme for the month of October. But there are some that don't have process videos that are in here. Like this first one. I had this sticker sheet that it's an older Kaiser Craft collection, and that's kind of how I chose my papers and embellishments and whatnot is from that sticker sheet. I didn't know how I was going to embellish this layout because I don't hunt. We were just practicing with a crossbow, and my husband snapped these photos, and so I didn't know what I was going to do. But then I thought the trees and the animals were perfect. Again, I don't hunt, but I thought it was appropriate for the photos. So I used my stamp set, and I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but this is from Close to My Heart, and then this is a different stamp from Close to My Heart as well. And just like the way that those turned out, I popped some up on some foam tape. This was a scrap piece, and so I just used whatever angle the scrap was at, and then added the harbor color from Close to My Heart as well. And just really like the way that this one turned out. Simple, and glad that it's done because like I said, I had no idea how I was going to scrapbook that one. This one here is a process video using just random Halloween collections. Halloween is something I struggle to scrapbook, and so I just kind of go with whatever kind of papers match my photos, really. And kind of grabbed everything out, and I guess it's not Halloween, it's pumpkin carving, but close enough. So again, just some strips of paper. I used some older stamps that I have for this cute little ghost and these bats. Kind of made a scene. That's not kind of how I started out, but I like the end result and added this little cluster at the top. It's almost like the bats are saying boo. Just kind of like the way that looks. Use up some pieces that I don't think I normally would use for a cluster down here. Definitely super simple, a quick layout, but love the way that turned out. I am going to have to tape these down. I kind of already anticipated that, so I'll have to set that aside and add some tape to those. But this is just a fun fall layout. Sunflowers. The sunflower is from Paige Evans, and I just combined a bunch of different collections for this one. I knew I wanted to use this Hello Fall. This is a really old chipboard sheet from Simple Stories that I have. And so I used up some of those chipboard pieces. A sunflower flare from Scrap and Happy Studio is perfect for this layout. So I love that. And it just goes so well, obviously, with the photos. I have lots of flip-flaps for this month. I'm trying to get more photos on a page or on 2 pages, and the flip-flaps have been my easiest option. And so this is using a Hip Kit Club, I think from October of 2021, and I have a flip flap here. And since I only had the 3 photos, I was able to use up some of the pocket cards and kind of make my own bigger 4x6 pocket card, added some stickers. It's just a really fun way to add even more to your layouts. Kind of stuck with embellishing in the 4 corners, and used really a bunch of different embellishments. There's clear stickers, ephemera, chipboard stickers, the puffy stickers. So lots and lots of fun embellishments from this Hip Kit Club. This one here obviously is not fall. This is using Chasing Adventures by Jen Hadfield. Victoria Marie Designs had done 1 paper pad and I think 10 layouts, and so I was like, yes, I'm gonna do it. I think I made 2 layouts, and this is one of them. Maybe I'll add some splatters that might help fill in this white space. And I do wish I would have left a white space in between the photos, but this is obviously a road trip, and this is how we started. This is in the middle. They were just zonked out. These are fun. So these are kind of, these wood pieces are from a different Jen Hadfield collection, and they have kind of card sentiments like happy birthday, and I don't really do cards. And so in Chasing Adventures, there was this off-white paper, and I had a punch that worked perfectly, so I just popped that up to utilize these wood pieces that I think are great, that I just don't think I'll use otherwise. So that was really fun to use. This one here is actually using Fernwood from Vicki Boutin, and for a fall layout. I figured the photos weren't so much fall, but it is from like a farm in September, so it was fall. Just really fun. I just overlapped all my photos. I will do some journaling here. These are actually tags, flags, got for the most part covered up, so they could have just been strips of paper, but I didn't know how I was going to embellish when I started, obviously. And then just some simple clusters for this layout. This one I absolutely love. This is, I think, the Molly collection from, Felicity Jane. I made my own shaker tag. The outside pieces, and actually it's like a kit from Michael's that I had bought and haven't really used very much, but wanted to spruce it up, so I added some of those leaves from Not Just for Boys in there, and then added them to my clusters as well, but along with some gold sequins, and then added some things kind of around and on top of my tag, and then just a simple cluster at the top and the bottom here. I printed my photo after I completed the layout. I actually just got a new printer and am loving it so far. I've only used it twice, but I'm loving it. And one thing, if you do a layout before you have the photos, you need to make sure you don't tape down, I guess, the overlapping pieces. So I was just able to slide my photo right in because I knew what photo was going in there. I just didn't have it yet. So that's just kind of a tip there. Another flip flap. Again, I struggle scrapbooking Halloween, and this one, not my favorite. A little bit of a struggle. I had this great idea in my mind. I think my tags are too large, maybe, is what my problem is, and maybe this needed to be larger. Maybe just the proportions are off. This was blank over here, so I ended up adding flags over here. My flip flap will go like this, and I will journal down here. Again, not my favorite. Don't know what I could do to maybe make it better, but it is what it is, and it's done. And we're gonna move on. This one actually is a 2-page layout. Hopefully it fits in the picture. So this one, the background is actually an embossed sheet from Michael's that I've had for a very, very long time. So I decided I would use the smushing technique with some ink, and it kind of helps. You can see it on this one. You can see the words popping through. So it did kind of help bring notice to that embossing. I just inked up a cut file from Paige Evans here, which I thought was appropriate because we did the pumpkin patch, a hayride, the corn maze, and had apple cider. So this one was perfect. Just this is the fall farmhouse from Simple Stories for my embellishing. This one here, I actually was able to use some washi tape and just had the strips coming down and layered my photos on top of each other. So really simple, but I really liked one, using older pieces that I haven't used yet, and two, I just a little bit of mixed media. I haven't done very much whatsoever recently, so another 2-page layout. Uh-oh. Where is the other page? There we go. Okay. So this is another 2-page layout. This is using that Hip Kit Club as well. Lots of photos on this one. Made a grid with my photos on page 2, and I will journal here using these pocket cards. Snuck in another sunflower flare If you watch this process video, I had initially put an apple there thinking we were apple picking because we did apple pick this day. I will say we did, but my photos were sunflowers and not apples. So I fixed it and put a sunflower. Like I said, I will journal, just some simple embellishment clusters. I really enjoyed sprucing up this tag here. I had a lot of fun. I don't usually do like embellishments like that, but this was really fun sprucing up this tag and making a bigger like embellishment piece. We'll sneak this one back in here. This was actually a special request from my aunt. I had made her a layout for a shadow box for Christmas using the same collection, and she asked for another layout with different photos using the same collection for another shadow box. I actually was able to kill this kit, which I don't do very often, so it felt so good. And I actually had to bring in other pieces because I didn't have much on the sticker sheet left. So I just used up scraps, truthfully. This black paper was a scrap, and then I just wanted I wanted a definition between the two kind of black and white papers, and so I added the yellow. This was a scrap that I wanted to use up, and then just lined my photos up across. Two simple clusters and a title, Amazing Memories. And this little bee happened to be on that same sunflower flare from Scrap and Happy Studio, and I thought it was appropriate with the beehives, so I added that one. Another 2-page layout. This is using an older Not Just for Boys kit from last year, and so I really didn't do much because of the background paper. It was busy enough. I didn't want to add too much. This dark green was actually scraps from a previous layout, so I just added that, and then added some really simple clusters and my title, and love how I was able to get the 5 photos on the 2 pages, in addition to a journaling card that I did fussy cut. That's from the Fernwood collection as well. Looks like we've got another flip flap. Uh-oh. I'm gonna have to tape down my, I don't know if that was on top. I think it was on top. Tape down my chipboard. So this is a really fun one. This is Cozy Days from Simple Stories. I love the leaf paper and love the colors in it. So I just had 2 strips ripped down the side, kind of as an anchor for my photos here, and then 1 photo over on the leaf paper. So this will flip up, and this is what I was talking about with a journaling piece. So I made this, just cut some white and backed it, and then added 2 little clusters that are really fun because I didn't need the entire card for journaling. And then I will just add my journaling and it will be hidden. And then just another simple cluster up here. A lot more pieces in this cluster than I usually add, but I love how it turned out. And then just the fall banner. 2 more flip flaps. So a 1-page layout, whereas normally in the years past I would have made this a 2-page layout easily. So I'm really trying to cut down, so I apologize that you have so many more 1-page layouts, but I'm really trying to kind of cut back on how many layouts I have. And with flip flaps I'm able to get so many more photos on the page. This is an older DCWV, I think, paper pad, the ones that you can get at Joann's. An older fall one that I actually just used up the scraps again. And then the flip flaps, so again a small journaling one where I added a little cluster to the top there. And then this one I used one of those cut aparts from the paper pad, added a flag behind it and some flags at the top. And I am so glad I live in a world where there are Octobers. Sorry. I thought that was so cute. Had these that match perfectly from Not Just for Boys, and just had to, I like to cover up where they meet, and so I added these foam stickers here, and obviously it was okay to cover up the dirt, so that's why I added those. And these little kind of metal leaves are from Not Just for Boys as well. So these two are pretty much identical. One obviously will go in one kid's album and the other one will go in the other child's album. So I was going to get rid of this monster paper, but then my aunt reminded me that I had these fun photos with monster hats and all the kids. And so I had this cut file, Crazy Cousin Crew. So I added that, just added 2 photos. This one I had 3. So again, another secret journaling card. And just luckily had embellishment pieces, just some embellishment pieces in my stash that match the colors. So they're identical, but they'll go in each of the kids' albums. And I guess identical, but not, because you can tell that I used the insides on one, like the opposite, I guess. So you see that the insides are white on this one, the insides are yellow on this one, and then the background were the opposites. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm so sorry. I'm confusing myself. This one here is a layout I did using a Close to My Heart collection, and now I can't remember what it is. It's an older one. I used a die. I'll get it. I used this. No, I did not. Yes, I did use this die to cut out these squares, and then I just cut them out, cut them in half, because I wanted to use the front and back of the papers, and I struggled so bad with placing these for whatever reason. I don't know. I'm still not really thrilled with how it turned out. I feel like I needed to cut a couple more, but it's done. Use the big sticker title here, and then just some layered stickers from the sticker sheet, and then the candy and candy corn hidden in there. This was a process video, not fall, but I was so excited to get this new Christmas collection from Close to My Heart. And this is actually the scrapbooking workshop. So all the instructions are sent with you along with special die cut pieces, and you just put it together following the instructions. And I just thought this layout gave such a great glimpse into this collection, the colors and the pieces in this collection, and so that's why I did this for the first video, and then I got the idea for doing the rest fall layouts. But this is a really great option for scrapbooking, and love this deep red and green and black, the colors of the collection as well. So I will have lots of links down below for products that I used, if I can find links, if they're still available, because I just went in my stash and grabbed out all my fall stuff and kind of went to town scrapbooking fall. So I hope you guys enjoyed and got some crafting inspiration, and we will see you next time. Bye guys.